I think about the Radical and I think about testing, the first thing that I think about is the car is super user-friendly. And for people who really, just want to do track days and so forth, the car is a wonderful car. You can take it right out of the crate from the UK, and it's very drivable, easy to drive. What's really cool about it, though, is if you are someone who wants to take your driving further than that and you want to compete, you've got an appetite for doing better, you want to go do the Radical North America Cup, you want to do local club races, you want to do SCCA, etc. The car is very tunable, and there's a lot that you can do with the car to improve the performance of the car. So to give you an idea of what's possible, when we received this new XXR that I'm sitting on, about 2 months ago from the UK, from that point until today, on the same track configuration, we've got the car running about 2.5 seconds faster a lap. And that gets accomplished through testing.
The importance of testing is to maximize the car's potential relative to the driver's skill sets. We test guys with a lot of experience, very accomplished race car drivers, to amateurs who are new to the sport in general. It's important to be able to change the car's handling to meet the driver's desire to get the car to turn, rotate.
One of the things that I do see with the newer drivers is I do see them going to the track, I do see them practicing, but practicing your driving is different than testing. And there does come a point in your evolution of a driver when you understand the basics and you're able to move a car around the track at a good pace, where you really start to benefit from testing, or certain things that you're feeling the car is limiting your ability on a particular corner or your performance in general. That's where testing comes in, that's where engineers come in, that's where data people come in. They can help you make the changes. When we introduce those concepts to people here at Apex Motor Club for the first time, they're usually blown away by the results they get in the first day. The car feels better, they feel more confident, and of course their lap times come down, which they love. Typical test day starts long before the actual day that you test. And usually it's just a planning process prior to the test day that is taking what you learned from the previous test day, looking at video, looking at data, oftentimes a day or 2 or 3 after you've had that prior test, because sometimes you come to some different conclusions. And then building a test plan. What specifically are we going to explore? How are we thinking about changing the car over the course of the day? Sometimes we just make changes to see what is going to happen. And occasionally you get a breakthrough that way. Occasionally you learn something. So once the test day is live, we're out for 6-7 laps, usually per stint. And it's sort of a wash, rinse, repeat cycle of doing the laps, coming in, providing verbal feedback to the team, looking at data to verify feedback, looking at sensor data, driver data, see if sometimes the driver is causing the problems. Sometimes it's the car that needs adjustments. And then we decide on what, we sort of, as a group, decide on what choices we're going to make, and we go out and explore it again. And we do that over and over again. A typical day is probably 60 to 70 laps. And it's about a 5 or 6 hour day. It's a fun day, it's a long day, generally a rewarding day. And above all, it's super, super important, particularly for the guys who want to go and compete and care about their results. Once your driving skill is at a certain place, you can only go as fast as the car is going to let you go. And in order to go faster, you've got to make changes to the car. And that's where testing comes into play, and that's why it's so important.